A lot of times when you look out at Puget Sound, it looks good. It's very pretty. But what is happening underneath the surface is really important.
So what is happening underneath, and how does the answer impact the spending of millions of King County tax dollars? We're taking you on a Seattle-themed boat where some of those questions are being answered. King 5's Erica Zucco reports on the state of the Sound.
When Puget Sound is peaceful, it can seem to have a life of its own. But communities beyond the coastline are deeply connected by personal and policy choices that require difficult research.
Okay, coming aboard.
With Captain Bob Kruger and his crew,
We're in about 290 meters of water here.
we see research to help answer how climate change and the community on the surface impacts the aquatic one below it.
Phytoplankton, microbiology parameters.
These scientists are using chemistry to help solve those mysteries,
to make sure that things survive and thrive in the waters of the Puget Sound.
On a characteristically cool, rainy Seattle day, we join them on research vessel SoundGuardian. Even its name has local ties, spun off from a local music legend.
A new and very fitting name, SoundGuardian.
SoundGuardian helped dedicate the boat at a launch celebrating the tools it offers.
We're not just bringing samples back to the lab, we're actually doing a lot of the analysis out in the field, which is something that's, since I started, a million years ago, it's totally changed.
Seattle traffic, SoundGuardian.
Every 2 weeks, oceanographers sail to stations across the Sound and Central Basin
Going down.
to drop instruments at a list of locations, including near wastewater treatment plant outfalls.
We're going to collect physical samples from depths throughout the entire water column.
Testing over time forms baselines for metrics like ocean acidification, temperature, salinity, and dissolved oxygen.
Oh, we got a lot of plankton in this one.
They also collect phytoplankton.
This is a phytoplankton sample.
They're fuel for shrimp, snails, and jellyfish, a key component of the marine food web and an indicator of water quality. What they find in the water and phytoplankton can help them navigate what's happening, though scientists say crunching data is complex. While it's hard to pinpoint one factor mostly responsible for changes, which can be cyclical, oceanographer Taylor Martin says changes are there, including a slight upward trend in heat.
We're seeing an increase in temperature in addition to, whatever other global temperature trends we're seeing both in the air and in the water. We are seeing that here in the Puget Sound too.
The SoundGuardian's tools give specifics about what they're seeing.
It's a super accurate temperature sensor. It's accurate to like 1/10,000th of a degree.
But data is just data, unless it's used to navigate future policy choices, according to King County Department of Natural Resources and Parks Director Christy True.
It really becomes a core baseline to inform all of our decisions, especially where do we want to invest our dollars? What's going to make the biggest difference? Is it more wastewater treatment? Is it more control of stormwater? Should we be better stewards of the chemicals that we use every day?
Among these scientists, there's a sense of mission to answer those questions correctly.
Growing up, one of my favorite things to do was to spend time in or around the waters of the Puget Sound, and preserving that for future generations is a key interest of mine as well as my colleagues.
And for all of us on shore, there are choices about the chemicals we use and the cleanup we do that can help us play a role.
It's really important that that whole system is very healthy and that we're prepared for changes as climate change comes in too, is going to change the water quality of Puget Sound. And we want to make sure that our shorelines have lots of habitat for all of these things to live.
Because even as the SoundGuardian monitors what's happening, it's on all of us to keep watch and guard the water's health for all that rely on it. From Puget Sound, Erica Zucco, King 5 News.